Àjàgbáyé gbà wá o, Tinubu ti pa Nàìjíríà kú o, ìyà ń pọ̀ jù o, ẹ gbà wá o, ẹ gbà wá o, Tinubu ò bá wa sọ fẹ́ lẹ́gbẹ́ ìyàlọ́ ọmọ fi jẹ́ Nàìjíríà, ó lè ní Tinubu ó lè.
The kind of protest that was seen in Kenya lately is about to happen in Nigeria. The Nigerian youths are angry, not just hungry. They are angry. They are angry with our leaders who do not even care that an ordinary Nigerian goes to bed hungry. And that is why people are coming out to the street to say, Tinubu only, Tinubu only, APC only. Take a look at this video. Will Tinubu be able to manage the Nigerian youths when they start their protest? Nigerians, protest has begun. It has just started in Lagos. When we tell this government that what Nigerians are asking are not much, they are not much. Just listen to these people and provide good leadership to Nigerians. They don't care. They don't want to listen. Now protest has started, and we know when Nigerian youths mean to protest, this government will not be able to manage it. They will not be able to manage. I wonder if they've forgotten what happened during NSAS. When Nigerian youths came out massively, fearlessly, to confront even the security agents, they could not manage that protest. And that is where they are pushing Nigerians to.
The pressure is too much. It's too much. Tinubu is overrated. The pressure is too much. It's too much.
I want you to believe me if I tell you this. The bad governance Africans are facing in Africa are not because of Africans' decisions to elect them. Some of these bad leaders are leaders that have been planted by the West. Remember what happened in the Congo. Mobutu Sese Seko. Mobutu Sese Seko was a Trojan. Mobutu Sese Seko was a puppet for the CIA, for the Belgian government, for the MI6. Together, these people came together and they killed the one very person who saw them for who they were. They killed Patrice Lumumba. And from there, Congo has never been Congo. Up to date, we still have fights over there. Now, Kenya itself as an East African country stood up and said, we are fed up with bad leadership because we were against the Finance Bill 2024. The Finance Bill 2024, it is clearly shown that it is not Kenyan. It is not a Kenyan who wrote this bill. This bill was written by the IMF and it was written by the World Bank. These people are trying to find an active way to get the maximum produce possible with the shortest time possible. And when this has to be implemented, they have to ensure that production is at scale. It's at the largest scale. When production is at the largest scale, Ruto has to maximize output by maximizing any outlet that can give taxes. You understand? This is what Africans are against. It is not that we don't have clear minds to elect these people. Sometimes they are elected by not us, but by them. When I say them, you know who I mean. The same thing is happening in Nigeria, but Nigerians are wise. Nigerians have really understood the challenge and the problem they are facing right now, and they have said, no, we are fed up. We are going to follow the steps of Kenya. We are going to the streets and we are going to uproot bad leaders outside our country. That is a change Africa needs to see.
We're celebrating 25 years of independence, 25 years of unbroken democratic system. And for me, this celebration is coming to me with so much mixed feelings, because Nigerians are all watching us. Nigerians are listening to us. Those people we are representing are listening to us. How much of this democracy, unbroken democracy that we are celebrating today, how has it translated to, unbroken food security? How has it transformed into unbroken security in the nation? How has it transformed into unbroken access to education, access to healthcare? And we're talking about celebration of democracy. The democracy is government of the people, for the people, by the people. And it should actually change the lives of our people. We are representing our people. Our people are hungry back home. For me, to be honest with you, Mr. Speaker, there is nothing to celebrate.
Oh, you are saying we should not celebrate
we should
democracy?
be looking at celebrating food security. We should be looking at celebrating access to health care. So we should be looking at celebrating. There are a lot of things to celebrate. We know that we have had unbroken. Excuse me, please. I need to be protected. I need to be protected, Mr. Speaker.
You are protected, but democracy is what is protecting you.
So
democracy has given you that place you are standing.
We have on this floor.
To be a parliamentarian, you are democracy that gave you that platform. Are you saying you are not celebrating it?
How has it impacted? We need it to move a step further. We need it to move a step further. If I am here and it has brought me here, how has it impacted my own people? That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much.
So please,
thank you.
We are celebrating, I am celebrating, but we should be
okay, you are celebrating it now.
Implement what we have been doing here.
Okay, thank you. So you are celebrating it now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, democracy. That's the last words countered her first word, because democracy gave her the platform to be able to address this issue, and to say she is not celebrating it is what's bothered her. Honorable Kafilat, I want to hear you speak. Please.
Senate President, Your Excellency, the Honorable Speaker of the House, the Legislative House, both sides, colleagues and friends, old and new, to every Nigerian, I say congratulations for 25 years of unbroken democracy. Out of respect, I come to say thank you very much for building up to this stage, building the institution, building the country. You are the first and foremost leaders that speak for our people. And you have been in the forefront of this story.
Mr. President, without interruption, the members are asking to them to please sit while they are speaking in the
This institution, the Hallowed Chamber, represents our consciousness for freedom and sense of belonging. You rang out the latest national anthem, Nigeria will hate me. See, this is our diversity. Representing all characters. And how we blend together to be brothers and sisters. Without this out, probably I may not find a path to the presidency. I started on that. And then start doing that. Respect this to you. To please continue to collaborate, work together, build our country. We have no other choice. It is our nation. No one, no age, no other institution or personality will help us except we do it ourselves. They become from foreign countries or any other nation. They take care of themselves first. Let us work together as we are doing to build our nation. Not only for us, but for the generations yet unborn. Charting a new path. The question of program for development as submitted last project. We expeditiously passed it. We are working to I will soon bring your 2024 appropriation bill. That is just for your information. But we must nourish this democracy, build this nation, so that the future of our great grandchildren will be sure of prosperity, development, and progress.
So, hello guys, it's always a nice thing to be an African. Yes, I am an African and I'm a proud African. I'm a Kenyan and I'm also a proud Kenyan. So, as you might have already known, the world knows. If you don't know, I don't know why. Now, we've been having a very long line of demonstration for the past few weeks and for the past few days, maybe a month or two. Kenyans have been demonstrating on the streets of Nairobi, not only on the streets of Nairobi, but the entire country. People have been demonstrating against a very controversial bill, financial bill. We were successful with the demonstration until it forced the president, Dr. William Ruto, to fail the finance bill. And while we were doing this in Kenya, other people were watching us, you know. My teacher always tells me, whenever you talk, the walls always listen. The walls have eyes. They also have ears. They can also smell. Yeah. Other countries in Africa were watching. Other countries that are also experiencing the same problems that we are facing in Kenya. And now the Gen Zs want Ruto out. For me, I just wanted the finance bill not to pass because it was very, very and extremely controversial. It was going to plunge the country into chaos. economic chaos, a political chaos, and social chaos, because we would have a lot of crime rate, a lot of prostitution, a lot of evil things would happen. I'm proud that other people around the world, Africa, let me say Africa, other young people have also shown that they can also speak against oppression. Other people as far as West Africa, they have come out, they have demonstrated. We've always known the president of Nigeria. Well, there is bad news revolving around him, corruption. Nigeria is a very huge country in terms of population. It has almost 200 plus million people living in that small country. It might be bigger than Kenya. Let me stop saying the word small, but we have 200 million plus people living there. In Kenya, we have close to 55, 56 million. Actually, I heard a Nigerian saying, whatever challenges the Kenyans are facing in Kenya is just a tip of the iceberg of the problems Nigerians are facing in Nigeria. I was surprised by what I heard. Just a tip of the iceberg, and you guys have still not stood up and speak against this. I was wondering when they were going to do this. So, you know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that we always learn from other people's mistakes. And also, we can learn from other people's failures. And the lesson that Nigerians can learn from Kenya is how Kenyans came out and demonstrated against oppressive leadership and how this was successful to them. They are trying to make a change to their country. Also, these leaders must understand one thing. One day, there will come a time when the chicken will come home to roost. It started with Kenya, or rather it started with other countries. Sri Lanka, you saw how the youths went to the parliament. One very interesting fact and one very interesting thing about this video is that there is no a leader in a Gen Z demonstration, in young people's demonstration. There is no leader, there is no category. The only category is the category of generation. There is no tribalism, there is no nepotism, there is no colorism, there is no racism. There is no any distinguishing factor. Everyone is united and they are sharing the same goal. I don't want to say that all of us, the youths of Kenya and the youths of Nigeria, are sharing the same enemy. I think enemy is like a certain lady said, is a strong word, a very strong word. I think the right word is the goal. We are not against the people who are leading us. We are against the leadership. And this is what Nigerians are demonstrating. They are clearly showing they are not against the leadership of Tinubu and everyone else. They are against they are not against Tinubu and everyone else. They are against their leadership. And because these people are the ones implementing this, they think the right thing to do is to kick them out. And when they are kicked out, they live with their ideas as well. We are living in a day of revelation. We are living in a day of enlightenment, you understand? Because if you remember the Sharpeville massacre in South Africa, it was the young people. If you've watched the movie Sarafina, it is the young people who came forward and were fighting against oppressive leadership of the apartheid, which were being implemented by the white people. There's a certain group and a certain category of young people. Young people are very vital. This First World War was started by a young man who shot a person, a prince, in a place called Sarajevo. Just a young man. So the potential of a young man should not be undermined by any leadership. They might be squandering all the money they need, all the money they want, not need, want. Want is very different from need. They squander everywhere. You understand? Because they think nobody will take them somewhere. Taxes produce a lot of money. Money is paid to build the roads. It doesn't work that way. Money is paid to do that. It doesn't work that way. The other day, I was in Uganda. I made some documentary videos and some interviews of my trip in Uganda. I will show you. I was surprised by how very many places in Kampala are. I can say Kampala is like 10 years behind or maybe 20 years behind. Not in the bad way. No. I made some interviews with some colleagues. Some of them did not accept the recording, but they were all complaining about bad leadership. Ugandans are saying Kenyans are very courageous. That is what they are saying. Kenyans are very courageous. Them themselves, it's very oppressive over there in Uganda. That's Uganda. I don't want to talk much about Uganda. You guys have good food. I love good food. You guys treated me well. I went to a certain restaurant, of which I'll tell you in the video. It was a very nice place. We were so much welcomed. The person was a very nice guy. Thank you, Brother Peter, for your humble welcome. I really appreciate. The leaders should not think that Africans are proud of, you know, the demonstrations and this and that. No, we are not proud of that. We really don't like it. What we need is a change, because during the process of a demonstration or a process of revolution, there's always the pouring of blood. Yes, there's pouring of blood. Nobody really likes it, because it can be anyone. It can be me. It can be you who is watching. It can be anyone. It can be your child. You understand? So nobody's happy about this. But change has to be brought. That is the goal. Change has to be brought. And now, this is what Africans and everyone in Africa is fighting for right now. Everyone who is being oppressed, not really everyone. I'm so proud of what the Nigerians did. Tinubu has been making headlines for a very long time than President Ruto. President Ruto has only been 2 years in parliament, just 2 years. And Tinubu has been there for years. You understand? Whatever he has done is clearly showing that Nigeria has been through a lot, and change is necessary. Yes, I believe change is very much necessary. Today we have Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya. Tomorrow we will have Uganda, another day Tanzania, another day Burundi, another day Egypt, and then the next day Africa will be liberated from bad leadership, because the West are planting bad leadership and they want us to fall for it, and we are not going to fall for it. So this is the end of today's video. If you find value in what I do, kindly give me a super thanks. I will so much appreciate for your support. Subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and share this video with your loved ones or anyone, or even your enemy if you have one. But I don't advise you have an enemy. Yeah, so subscribe, like, share, give me a super thanks. I will so much appreciate. See you in the next one.